Quiet on the set. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. I'm DearMYRTLE, your not-so-retired friend in genealogy, here in the Expo Hall at RootsTech 2026. And with me, straight from Greece, is Carol. Carol's my friend. You wrote on her shirt tails.
Right.
Yeah, but anyway, Gregory's here direct from Greece, and you had a major breakthrough. You've been working on this trip. Tell us about it.
So I arrived Monday evening to Salt Lake City, and Tuesday morning we had work to do. So we visited the Greek church here in Salt Lake City, Holy Trinity.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is a historic immigrant church for Greeks here, founded in 1905, so 120 years ago, 121. So the priest there allowed us to digitize, scan all the church's sacramental journals, births, marriages, and deaths from 1905 until today.
Excellent. Excellent. Now, we were talking, folks, before we hit the record button. This is what Carol does. She goes over to Greece, and you all know her because of Genia Bloggers, and she's sometimes on Mondays with Myrt. She goes over to Greece, and you all go to tiny little places. How do you make that arrangement so that people accept it? Do you have, I know Family Search does things at places, and they have to have attorneys work it all out. Do you still have to do contracts like that?
Yeah, we do. We do. Sometimes, well, it depends on whether we are going to be granted access to the data and we'll be able to share it, or if it just stays with the community. We're pretty open to both. The mission is to make sure that as many records as possible are preserved.
Okay.
So when the content can be with us and uploaded on Greek Ancestry or another genealogy platform, then yes, we have to sign contracts and do that part of the job. But if it's just to preserve the records and let them stay with the community, and the community then decides how they want to manage access, we are 100% fine doing it in an unofficial way, just to support them, and that's all pro bono.
That's all pro bono is key. It's mission critical, because it's a big leap for a church or an archive to have somebody come in and look at their records, but what you're worried about is that the paper's deteriorating, or it's important to have these saved. Now, when you go farther back in Greece, they don't have these birth, marriage, and death registers. Sometimes, isn't it like a voter roll or a military roll? Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so archival availability in Greece really depends on location, depending on when and how an area was integrated into the Greek state. They will have different records. So, because Greek borders have changed throughout the centuries, that's a problem. So we'd have different sources for different areas. And sometimes we need to use, whatever is available. Sometimes, yes, it's a voter list. Sometimes it's a mail register or municipal register record. Sometimes we have even less. We have just the cemetery, or, just notarial records. Mm-hmm. Or sometimes we have nothing digitized, and we need to, go from archive to archive and do all the on-site work. Sometimes we have to just rely on DNA and work out the best possible scenarios. So it really, really depends on the area we are talking about.
Yes, and when you talk about a country like Greece, as you say, with the county, with the boundaries changing, it's not the way we see it today. If we were to take a Mediterranean cruise, and there's just that's just all different. That's Italy, this is Greece, this is it's changed. It's like my Germanic roots. The boundaries change. Sometimes Russia, sometimes France, right where my people just stayed there as regular people while various countries took them over.
So Greece gained independence in 1830, 1831. Its borders were expanded in 1864, then again in 1881, then again with the Balkan Wars, 1912, 1913, and then right after World War II, 1947 and 48, when we integrated the islands in the eastern South Aegean.
Yes.
And then Greece has undergone several administrational changes. So one village might belong to one municipality today and another tomorrow, and then that municipality might be part of a province or a prefecture, and those borders also changed. And then we also have the Greek communities living outside Greece historically, especially in Turkey, in South Albania, in Bulgaria, in North Macedonia, and all over the Eastern Mediterranean. And we try to come up with ways to include them in our databases as well. But yes, lots of geographical, administrational changes, a lot of mobility. So we try to trace and key all that.
And be adaptable. So let me ask you, how do you prepare for a career like this?
Oh, God. Do you ever prepare for a career like this? I don't think so. So I started when I was 15, so that there was no preparation at that stage.
And why were you interested?
So from even before 15, I knew I wanted to engage with history. I wanted to focus on Byzantine history, so like medieval Greek.
Yeah, that's a little farther back than we expect genealogists.
Right, I'm glad I did not go in that direction. So what happens is I had this school teacher in middle school, 3rd grade, and one day he said, if you have family that migrated to the States, you can find them online, like records on them, you can find them online on the Ellis Island website. That was back in 2011 or something like that. So that got me hooked. I started looking. I had relatives going to Chicago and to New York. So I started building my own family tree. And this is when, like shortly after that, I started to realize that my knowledge of the language, my research passion growing into skills, and my position in Greece, my easy access to records, made me someone who could help others. So I took my first client when I was 16 for them. And then when I finished school, I studied history. I then studied migration history. I'm now supposedly doing a PhD in about Protestant missions in Greece in the 1830s. But I would say the biggest training here, yes, okay, all the historical knowledge, the ability to contextualize, that's important. But really, it's, and you know that better than anyone, it's adapting, it's being flexible, it's being like a sponge, just absorbing information, knowledge, skills, stimulation from what we do, from networking, with meeting people, exchanging ideas, all that. I think that's the training. That's the real training.
Well, and I think that's part of why you come to RootsTech. It's that you rub shoulders with people that are coders and, product managers, etc. So you understand that.
Can I share something?
Of course, you may share something. Wait, late breaking news. He's going to give us a scoop.
No. One of the reasons I'm here is because in Greece, I have no one to speak to about genealogy. People in Greece are not really interested in genealogy like in this way, in the professional, analytical, deep way. So being here at RootsTech together, which is the theme for this year, right?
Yes, that's
so being together with people who share the same passion and the same commitment to this mission to family history and archival preservation, it's my mecca here. It's where I belong. So yeah, that's
welcome.
No, it's true. I mean,
but I've heard this again and again from people off the street that just
I'm
came
sure.
through. But to hear it from someone, I mean, we look to you and part of Greek ancestry that people for decades have wanted to get into those records. And short from going there themselves, they had a problem because they didn't speak the language. So you're bilingual at least. You have much better education as far as language than we do. Greek was never offered.
Yeah.
Latin maybe. And so, yeah, they wouldn't have been able to decipher things. How are you doing? Is AI affecting anything, or are you on the archiving? You're on the part of this whole long journey of preserving records, of the digitization and getting messages out through the website, right?
So we do use AI more and more. We are very careful in how we want to employ AI features and methods. So last year we released 2 AI-produced collections. One was the some voter lists, and the other was casualties of Greek wars. So Greek soldiers dying, being killed at Greek wars, and we used AI to read and organize those collections. That was an interesting test. I would say it was successful, but you always need this expertise and the second look and all that. So I would say it was maybe 70-30.
Okay.
70 AI, 30% like analytical processing of all the data.
Reviewing it. Okay, we're having an interrupted something or other. It's quite loud and we can't hear each other. Okay, just a moment. Okay, maybe we can still talk. Just hold it closer.
All
right, is there something I should have asked you, Gregory, that I forgot to ask you that you want to talk about, or have we got it covered?
I think we've got it covered. It's a pleasure to see you again.
Yes.
It's a pleasure to be given this opportunity to reach out to other people and share our experience in Greece, which is unique, but maybe not so unique. All this can be applied to different countries, especially like in the Balkans, in the Middle East, I suppose. So yeah, it's great to be together.
I'm so happy to see you. And I think we're partying on Friday night.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys.
Yep.
All right, folks. Thank you, Gregory.
Thank you, Pat.
Appreciate the interview. Nothing left to say, but I'm Dear Myrtle, your not-so-retired friend in genealogy. Happy family tree climbing, everybody. That's a wrap.